Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up this screen. Oh, yeah, the Bama greats. Some of these guys were really, really good players for Alabama back in the day, and they won a lot of national titles, SEC championships, and they are furious over the Vols beating Bama, and they are not happy, and we're going to get into that. Now, the Vols are sitting at 6-0, coming off a huge victory of Bama, and they have had 4 really good wins: Florida, LSU, Pittsburgh, which was a revenge game. They're all revenge games. And then, of course, Bama. So of the 6 victories, 4 of them are pretty darn good, and one of them's great. So I'm going to have to change my prediction from 9-3 to, I don't know, 10-2, 11-1. Do I dare go 12-0? I'm not going to do that, but I definitely see this team heading in the right direction in a major way. And I think some of these Alabama Crimson Tide greats are seeing that as well, and seeing 52 points put on their team. They can't believe it. And, yeah, Tennessee at 6-0, they're feeling like this.
Well, you just never know when another beast might come down out of the forest. You understand, don't you, Thumbaloo?
Yep, they're just waiting for the next beast. It won't be UT Martin, maybe Kentucky or Georgia. But, yeah, these Alabama greats, they're watching this, and they're seeing all those points put on them, and they're sitting here going, surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Yep, it is serious. But I'm going to show you some of this video, and this is on a channel called the Bama Standard. And I watched this video, and it's pretty good. I'll tell you what, this is a good channel. They do a nice job, and bringing in these greats from the past is kind of cool to listen to these guys. So let's hear what they have to say about anxiety that Alabama was feeling having to play in a Neyland Stadium, and the crowd reaction and all that. And then, of course, how they're playing now.
Lost their swag. You know, they're not the monsters no more. You know, it used to be where people were scared to come play Alabama. You know, it didn't even affect them, the anxiety part. You know, everybody's going to have anxiety, you know. Alabama doesn't have anxiety.
We cause it.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
And not only will you have anxiety the week of when you're playing Alabama, you're supposed to have it the week after. It affects you the week after. The next team seed. You know, you see it every week. You know, as far as I can remember back to when we started really clicking at Alabama, every team that played us afterwards, they had so many injured players going into the next game, or, you know, they got dominated the next game because of how bad we beat them up, you know.
And you're going to see a running theme of that where they talk about that. But look, one thing these guys aren't really – they understand it, but I don't think they realize, you know, you can't beat up on other teams like you could 10, 15 years ago. They're going to call penalties. They're going to throw you out of the game. You know, one of the guys said one of the things he would do is just knock the crap out of somebody early on, take a penalty just to set a tone. Well, now if you do that, they're just going to throw you out of the game. We're in a very different world, and dominating a team physically, it's tougher to do. You know, you've got to do it straight up. You can't be just knocking people around. So it's pretty interesting to hear that mindset of how, look, man, they were bullies. There's no doubt. 10, 15 years ago, Alabama was just, they were bullies. Now, this video that I'm going to play, there is a little bit of profanity in it. I can't edit it all out. It's not real bad stuff at all, but, you know, if you don't want to hear that, I understand, and you probably ought to just click off. But there is a little bit in here. You know, you're going to hear a few. Not anything brutal, not the F word and that kind of stuff.
I've been talking about this, and when I see somebody said, I ain't going to say who, that the players were experiencing anxiety, you don't damn come to Alabama to play if you experiencing damn anxiety. You take your ass to Troy, to UAB, South Alabama, you go to some other damn school. You don't come to Alabama and experience damn anxiety when you come out the town. You are the best of the damn best, and you are playing for a program that is the greatest on the damn planet. When you put this damn helmet on, you're going to hell. You're going to damn handle and kill people damn near. You are going out there to execute the next man lined up across from you. You are going to do damage. And the fact that you got anxiety in the damn tunnel, are you damn too? This is not the sport for you if you got anxiety in the damn tunnel. You know what the hell you going out there to damn do, and there ain't no damn way around it.
But look, these guys are passionate, and you can tell that guy talking about how he used to play. You really can't play that way anymore. You just can't. This business of you're going to hurt something, you can't hurt people anymore. You can, if you do, you're thrown out of the game. So it's a different mentality out there, and these guys are also getting paid NIL money. They're not playing for pride and that's it. A lot of them are making big money, and it's become a little bit more, hey, let's stay healthy. Let's enjoy the game, let's have fun, and let's play it to the max. But we're not out there to necessarily take somebody out of their ability to make a living. It's getting a little bit more NFL-ish in that way. And, this society is much more sensitive than it used to be. That's just a fact. People are talking about their feelings all the time. And these guys, they don't want to hear any of that crap.
If you scared,
like, we didn't play in some big-ass game. Butterflies is cool because, that's just the environment and everything. But as soon as my ass step on the field and the first damn play happened, I'm all in, I'm locked in, I'm ready to go. Damn anxiety, damn being scared. If you scared, I don't need you on the field with me. Point blank period.
If you scared, you at the wrong damn school. And I'll say this. I started as a redshirt freshman at middle linebacker. Yeah, we had seniors, we had captains, we had leadership the whole nine. But this young redshirt freshman, I went out there and commanded the respect of my teammates, held their ass accountable, and checked all of them, whether they were captain or senior. I didn't give a damn because we were here to do a job. And if I had seen one of them was scared, I'd have, as John said, that ain't the guy for the job. Get his ass out of there.
All right, yeah, you can tell, man, there's just a lot of anger in that room, and it's pride being hurt because, they're Bama through and through, and they just can't believe what they're seeing. It's the 52 points that's killing them. That's what they can't tolerate because we literally shred that defense, and it's a vaunted number one ranked defense in the country. And we do that to a lot of defenses. There's just something about what Heupel's doing and how he coaches up the quarterback. Look what he's done with Hendon Hooker. He's got that guy playing on an elite level. Wide receivers that were 3 stars and low 4 stars are now going to be first-round draft picks in the NFL making tens of millions of dollars. And if you're a wide receiver out there or you're somebody that wants to be coached up, look at our defensive line. It's basically the same defensive line as last year, and look how they're playing. So if you want to make tens of millions of dollars and you're a guy that, especially if you're a 4 or 5 star, you need to be looking hard at the Vols because they're going to coach you up. It's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere. Every Saturday at Neyland's a party, and it's the biggest party in the world. You know what our ratings were for that game? Over 11 million people on average watched that game, which is the number 1 watched game of the year. Okay, that's right off the bat. Number 2, at one point there was 17 million people watching that. You know what CNN gets? They can't get 1 million people viewing CNN, and Tennessee had 17 million watching it. And CNN is, some big news place. So it's amazing what's happening on Rocky Top. And if you want to be a part of that and make tons of money, later on in your, some here with the NIL money, you need to be looking hard at Tennessee Vols. That is just a good, smart business decision across the board. And you say, oh, well, I'm pumping it. Look, I'm just looking out for these young men. And if they want to do well and succeed, it's pretty clear Rocky Top's the place you ought to be. And you sit here and you look at these rushing numbers, that's another thing that's killing them. Alabama had 114 rushing yards, and they've got the best running back in the country. This Gibbs guy's ridiculous. And we had 182, so we outrushed them. We almost doubled them. Imagine that. That never happens with Alabama. And then having 5 touchdowns thrown to one guy, they couldn't stop one guy. This was a guy that was our 3rd level wide receiver, okay, behind Cedric Tillman and probably Brew McCoy. And he's like the Biletnikoff winner all of a sudden. We got Cedric coming back. What they've done with these wide receivers is truly amazing, and it's almost shocking. I mean, this guy's going to make, Hyatt's going to make a lot of money in the NFL. That game probably made him $10 million, and that's not an exaggeration. And as far as Alabama's vaunted defense, they never rushed Hendon Hooker one time. He was never under duress. He had 1 sack, which was a covered sack, and they got a little bit of pressure on his feet that made him overthrow a ball. That was his 1 interception because he couldn't move forward and make his typical throw. And that's it. And that was a long 3rd down anyway, so it wasn't that big a deal. but they never touched him. Whereas Bryce Young, he was running for his life the whole game. I mean, literally, they were all over him. Tons of pressure. They blitzed from everywhere, and they just made his life very difficult. But look, he's Bryce Young. He won the Heisman for a reason, and he showed it Saturday. That's one of the best games I've ever seen in a losing effort ever. It was really amazing. But I found that very interesting, that video. And again, that's the Bama standard. And it was really interesting to listen to those former players and just, you know, their mindset back in the day that obviously it's you know, things have changed. And they're not happy about it. And they're not happy about the Vols putting 52 on Bama. I can tell you that, nor are their fans. But, hey, look, there's going to be a lot of teams feeling that way if we keep cooking like this.
What the Rock is cooking.
All right, folks, I just thought I would cover a little bit more Bama fan reactions, but especially from the Bama greats. I thought that was very interesting. And this is one of the best wins ever, and I'm enjoying it. I'm sure you are too. And I'm going to be doing some coverage on our recruiting coming up. Man, our recruiting is really getting hot, and I think we're going to wind up in the top 5. I have very little doubt of that in our recruiting this year, and everybody's seeing what an amazing place Rocky Top is. So I'll be covering some recruiting as well. But if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover the Vols. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. I've only been doing this 3 months, and I could use some more subscribers. I sure could. But I hope you did like the content. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.